We're gonna let that ride out a little bit.
Yeah, it's the best.
All right. Welcome back. That's it, Fantasy Football Podcast. Week 4, a little longer. Okay, we got some 4:00 games still going on. I'm sorry, some night games going on. Kansas City still going down. I think they just kicked off Falcons Packers. So a lot of undecided matchups. Up news alert! I still have no power in my house, so we're gonna record this from my car for a little bit. Any chance you have it to hear your music played, you can't miss it. So I had to jump on for even if it's for a little bit.
Before we
begin, let's not forget to mention our sponsor. This episode of the That's It Fantasy Football Podcast is brought to you by Bean Mug and Coffee Co. Bean Mug and Coffee Co. is a small batch roaster from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. They are giving all the listeners to the show 10% off. Enter That's It, one word, That's It, at checkout for 10% off your coffee. This month, we just launched Ethiopian coffee, and we also launched pumpkin spice. Some basic coffee for you basic bitches. All right, let's jump into the week. How we doing?
Poop. Terrible.
Well, I mean, you've had a better day, I guess.
Listen. Yeah, I've had better.
Update. Adam did get a notice of a notification that we are live. So, Adam, let's all shout out to Adam right now. We see you, Adam. We see you.
So, I'm going in here blind today. I can't check my snaps because I'm on my phone. I can't check the scores anymore. I have no idea what's going on. I can't see your matchups. So I'm kind of just here for some opinions. And
this podcast just became a sports show.
hopefully serving somebody a slice of humble pie tonight. That's my goal. So yeah. Hey, let's get into some matchups.
Let's go. Let's pull them up. Anybody have them open? Because I do not.
Jake, that's your job. What are you doing?
I know. I lied. Okay, first matchup, we have me and Tom. Yeah, talk about it, guys. I'll just say one thing about my team, and I'll give it to you guys.
All right, just to let Jose know, since he can't see it, the score is currently 163.7 to 85. I'm
not going to win.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to score 95 more than the Falcons defense or whatever.
Never say never. If he scores 95 more, then the Falcons defense has to go down to negative 50.
Yes.
so that's a shot.
Yes.
Listen,
no. I will say one thing about my team because, we're trying to do this thing. We don't want to talk about our teams because it looks like hate. It looks like, we don't really want to talking. Let me just say one thing.
Here's the thing. Go ahead.
I had, since week 1, and obviously week 1, we saw what I did when I was healthy. We won the game. Boom. Since then, I have yet to play Devontae Adams. I have yet to play Michael Thomas. I have yet to play, Henry Ruggs is supposed to be cool. James Conner's been a little streaky. I haven't had a full roster since week 1. That's all I'm saying. I've not had a full roster since week 1.
No, listen.
I trade for Aaron Rodgers.
You probably had the most injuries probably affected to your top half of your lineup, without a doubt.
Easy.
But
those are big people.
But you also started Greg Ward.
Yes, because I also suffer from Corey Davis and Pittsburgh and Titans too.
But I had a question for you. Why didn't you ever pick up the backup for Michael Thomas, who I even tried to trade you last week for Devontae Freeman, and you were insulted, yet this guy's on fire, lighting it up, 13-21, and you still don't want him, but then you complain that you don't have any players. What's going on with that?
Very simple. Look at his numbers. Going back to his rookie year till now, look at his numbers. The man has stunk the bed. Mike has had him and dropped him 4 times this year.
Okay,
he cannot find a roster
numbers.
spot.
You go back and check everybody's rookie numbers where you select them for your team. They have to be vetted.
I'm just saying he can't find a roster. He's been housed on many teams. He can't stay on a roster.
Listen, but this is about probability and targets. He's going to get the opportunity now because he's the backup for for Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I think Kamara is still taking away. Look, it's not ironic that this guy finally went off when Kamara did not. And that's the sad truth.
Yeah.
And the Patriots threw a touchdown.
Let's talk about Tom's team. What's going on over there?
Tom's team, he went off, man. 162.
He gave him his first win. He's had a lot of high-scoring games, so it's not like he's a chump.
Yeah, 162. He's not gonna you're not gonna.
I don't think he's an 0-3 team. I didn't think he was an 0-3 team.
I know we played your music, but as soon as Atlanta's game kicked off, he had the high score of the week going into Sunday night. So, his team blew up.
Correct. He had the high score. No, I had the high score Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Correct. Fact check that. He texted me when he had 140. When I had 141, he put up 146 going into the night. And I told him to hang tight, not to select his music because I was coming for him. So I mean, I was getting hit left and right, even down to making sure my music wasn't played and shit like that. It was crazy.
You're welcome. I teed that up for you perfectly.
Tom's team is not an 0-3 team. I don't think it's not. It's just unfortunate because of the matchups he's getting.
He was good. He put up his Kyler Murray did 31 a little later in the game, but he got there. Hopkins only 11, but Devontae Parker 21, Chris Carson 25. That's him coming off that possible knee injury. And Will Fuller on the bench 22, Crowder on the bench 17, Schultz on the bench 17. So we even had good backups.
Well,
he really didn't miss. I don't know who Thomas.
That goes to show you some balance because I've seen a lot of low scores on the benches this week.
L. Thomas, tight end for Washington. I have no idea who that guy is, but he put up 1.8.
Logan Thomas.
1.8.
Well, I mean, that didn't matter because
I'm saying I don't know who that guy is, but listen, I got slaughtered. Mark Andrews came up.
He was probably available when Greg Ward was on the wire.
Well, I have my the homie Mark Andrews, so 20 points. You know what I'm saying.
Next, what else we got?
Okay, next we have Dad and Loud. We have Dad 101, and he has Hill playing today. So 101 to projected 107, but Loud is done with 118. So, what was Dad's record? 1-2. He goes to 1-3. I don't know who Hill can get 17. I can't say anything's not possible, especially when we discuss the last matchup. The final matchup we'll discuss.
I'm not discrediting the fact that he could win by any means. It's definitely up in the air either way.
Correct.
Well, listen, my dad had Josh Allen go out for a little bit, and then I'm sure that was scary, and then come back in and keep lighting up the scoreboard.
Yep, still got 29.
For my dad not having Derrick Henry, which I thought was the biggest loss of COVID so far, the biggest interruption to COVID so far was losing Derrick Henry on a bye week that you didn't plan for. So we'll see if he could bounce back. What's the score at again? I'm sorry.
101, 118, but he's projected 107.
So hey, listen, valiant effort.
Yeah. And it's not like there's somebody on the bench he could have put in instead. So his bench has the most zeros, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember. I saw a couple benches that were low, but I thought that was one of them.
Wait a second. He has 2 IR spots filled.
We're going to talk about that. Who's in his IR?
Sony Michel did not have IR and COVID. Neither did Coleman.
Okay, so that's going to have to be a conversation then.
Yes.
Because he's not understanding how that works. And that's funny because he must have did that today because I checked the IRs before Sunday's game.
So he picked up probably Hill last minute to play this game.
So yeah. So
punishments will be handed out accordingly.
Yeah, listen. I'll talk to him. I don't think he was taking advantage of it. I just don't think he understood.
Yeah, no, of course.
Do with that, so I'll have to talk to him.
It'd be a whole different conversation if he won the game, though.
Oh, also, 100%
that's an
true.
extra player he has on his team that he could have.
Yeah, and I'll allow him to his ass accordingly.
Okay, just making sure. So we'll keep an eye on that. Loud, are you ready to admit that Lamar Jackson is a terrible quarterback yet?
No, he got 29 points.
Not in fantasy. I want to talk about real football real quick. I have learned that he's really good at beating terrible teams, but they don't beat the good teams. As a Ravens fan, what can you say?
They just only win if they're ahead first.
Okay, that is a strange way to put it.
Seriously.
That sounds like a team that's Super Bowl bound.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to talk about the Ravens and bash the Ravens because I don't want to hear you bashing the Giants. But I'll tell you right now.
Oh, Jose's cut out a bit.
Yep. He's probably saying something very smart, though, and very educated about the Ravens right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's probably fact-based, and there he goes. All right,
and
so next matchup.
He's coming back.
That's my bad.
Yeah, no duh.
All good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So I didn't start Antonio Gibson against the Ravens because I thought the Ravens had a good defense.
You thought they still do, but I guess that game was that game was closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to get 4 touchdowns at the half.
No, I think they're trying to. In all seriousness, I think they're trying to not put as much on his back. So he's not. I don't think he ain't gonna have no MVP season again. I don't think he would anyway. You know.
Well, I think the last game humbled him.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be that was supposed to be the game of the year already, and it was third week, and it was we really saw. Like I'm saying, that's why I think the Ravens are where they are. Yeah. They're a really good team, but they have a roadblock. Luckily, they're young enough to fix it. But update: Travis Kelce could have caught a 15-yard pass, but it was pass interference, so no yardage.
All right, take it. I'll take it.
All right, next matchup we have another. By the way, that was 2 matchups we named, and two of the teams had either under 100 or barely at 100, which brings us to the next matchup of Jay at 70.5 and Ronnie at 109.7.
Whoa!
If me and Jay were playing, you would have thought the shit bowl came early with our scores. That is, those are some low. I told you before, I think I texted the group by 4 o'clock. Everyone was had late games or something, and it's still projected 106, 116. Ronnie has the kicker to hold the sizable lead over Matt Ryan and Todd Gurley. But it could be close to Matt Ryan. I mean, yeah, they've been losing, but he's been throwing he's been having some yardage. So
they've been losing, but he's been throwing a ton of yards.
I mean, keep an eye on that.
The irony here in this game, I think, would be if Matt Ryan beats Ronnie, Ronnie was so far back that for Matt Ryan to come through and put up 45 points or something on Ronnie would be that. Nobody deserves that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, Jay still predicted to lose by 10, but he does have Matt Ryan and Todd Gurley playing still.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen,
he needs a really good touchdown pass to Todd Gurley is what he needs.
It's close.
That'd be perfect. That'd be so good. Even if it's a 10-yard pass.
You're talking double points at that point. You're talking double points. 14 points a clip. If it's a touch up, if it's a shovel pass to Todd Gurley, it's 14 points apiece.
Yeah.
So,
keep an eye on it. There's a chance. There's a chance. And his backup was Ryan Tannehill. Bye week. He had Pittsburgh's D bye week. He had a receiver for his Steelers bye week. Godwin's still out. McCaffrey's still out. Cooper 33. Waller 17. And then we go to Ronnie. Drew Brees came down, 19 and a half. Kamara 20. That's been his bread and butter. So those, Kamara had himself a regular game.
I have a question. I'll answer. I'll ask both of you. It's a yes or no answer. We don't have to dissect it, but just do you think Kamara is taking Michael Thomas's points? Lau.
Maybe some of his receptions.
Okay. What do you think, Jake?
The quick answer is no, but I can see why the question would be proposed. I mean,
that's fine.
We've seen them both play before,
13
and I think
passes 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah.
Okay, again, it was just more like yes or no. That's all. I just wanted to say.
I think it's hard to decide. If Michael Thomas was healthy, like right now, going into every game, Kamara's still going to get like 8 or 9, 10 passes somehow without cutting into Michael Thomas. But so keep an eye on that matchup just in case Matt Ryan goes off.
Also in that matchup, Jay had the highest bench player of the week. That would be one Teddy Bridgewater with 30.2. Although I don't really see anybody playing him over Drew Brees, so
no. Brady over 40.
Brady.
Oh, Brady?
Yeah, Brady. Because we'll get into that matchup. I think it's next.
Oh, okay.
We'll get into that matchup, but I don't know how you start Fitzpatrick for some reason. That was a little odd to me, but we'll get into that matchup next. It's not the next matchup is Brian and Charles. Another score of 108.5 for B-Rich, 88.8 for Charles. Down, 88, 741.
Nice.
Mahomes touchdown, Mecole Hardman.
Okay, we got live breaking news. How is that possible in this game?
Those gets alerts faster than we get streaming football. Anyway,
but there's first and goal.
So Charles is projected to win this right now. He still has both his running backs going and the Pats defense. I'm sure they just took a hit from that touchdown. But he's got Edwards-Helaire and Aaron Jones going. So if they can get him some more points, we'll see. But if this turns into a shootout,
the notable I have for this matchup was, unfortunately, Nick Chubb out on Beeridge's side.
Right.
And then on the other side of it, Austin Eckler out for Charles.
Yeah.
So
Charles has Calvin Ridley too. Sorry.
Who else is hurt?
No, Charles has Calvin Ridley playing too. I forgot. So he has 4 people playing.
Gotcha.
But so each of them had a big running back hit, so that kind of evens out essentially,
Yeah, but I mean, listen, I'm talking about like going forward, like that's pretty tough. I saw today Nick Chubb out for 6 weeks.
Same with Eckler, 3 to 6 or 4 to 6. Listen, I don't have the best running backs, but if they want to call me for a trade, I'll swing one. I'm not stupid.
Kareem Hunt, sell high.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there, buddy. You got to make sure we have full viewership on the podcast for that matchup. It's kind of weird for Charles this matchup also because he has Edwards-Helaire, and if he goes off, that negates the Patriots who he has also the defense. Yeah. So there's like some push and shove there, but luckily Jones, who already has 13.2 with a receiving touchdown, and Ridley are enough to do it. Hey, if you got a receiving touchdown, it means I got some points. Aaron Jones, baby. Did I crack 100? 93, almost there. The second to last matchup we have is Mike and Adam. Mike has 142, and he has Tyreek Hill for the last week. And we have Adam at 105 with Mahomes left. And, he's projected to win 145 to 110. It's only the fourth quarter, so it is the fourth quarter. So
I'm not going to speak for Mike. Okay, I'm not speaking for Mike. But if this was me, and this happened to me, and I left somebody on the bench with 40 points, and I lost, phone's off for 3 days.
Yeah, but
You
why?
leave 40 on your bench and you win. You lucked out.
Yeah, but usually if you win, like you leave 40 on the bench from a quarterback, it probably means your backup quarterback is also like, putting up 30 or something that was like, okay. Why did you start Fitzpatrick at any point as you have Tom Brady?
I don't know.
I'd also like to point out that Mike also has Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he found a home pretty quickly, huh?
I was shocked. Well, let's get to this matchup real quick. Player 16 played like doo-doo yesterday. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just not trying. My Wi-Fi is trying to connect. I keep shutting it off, but it keeps trying to kick on. He still has player 16 on his bench. Is that right?
No.
That is incorrect. He has Derek Carr.
He dropped him already.
Yes.
So that would be his fourth backup in 4 weeks, or no?
I'd have to check the records, but he's been doing a lot of movement there.
Yeah.
On the backup quarterback spot. Okay.
Yeah, because he picked up Cousins in 1 week, right?
He had Cousins, he had Kirky, he had player 16, he had Derek Carr, and oh man, who did he draft originally? Oh, he originally had player 16.
Yeah.
He drafted him.
He drafted him like live.
Here's the thing, and this is the part that's unfortunate, and I do appreciate everyone's understanding in this, and I truthfully mean that. COVID is a son of a bitch, and in the grand scheme of things, COVID, obviously, like the impact of the global pandemic and health and everyone's safeties and stuff like that. Like this is like a small, minute part of it. But my God, is it a pain in the ass for fantasy football this year or what?
Terrible. Chiefs pick
Here's
six.
the thing: Adam's team affected by the COVID, not starting Juju, maybe impacts other moves you're going to make because of the imbalance of the New England Kansas City game and just the pressure and the headache of what to do. It's going to affect everybody this year. And my gripe with this personally, the NFL, is we're into week 4 and you have no backup plan other than to just move the games out weeks. What do you do when it's week 12? What do you do when it's week 11 and bye weeks are done?
To defend them,
crazy.
They're lucky enough that they don't have fans, so you can make the moving of the games easier. But
they've already shuffled some bye weeks. The Ravens have a different bye week now.
Yeah, the Ravens moved up a week to fit the other game coming in, but it won't be good. Like, what if it gets close to playoff time? What are you gonna do if it's playoff games? Who's to say that what is not showing any signs of stopping or slowing down? Like, who's to say that like for fantasy purposes, whatever our playoff week is, what if that week is affected heavy? Like, it's gonna be a nightmare. No one's
gonna be a disaster.
It's gonna be asterisks all across the board in everyone's head. Of course, it's still gonna stick, but people are gonna be complaining. Everyone's gonna be upset. No one's gonna be happy. People that were like on the verge of, I need this win to get in the playoffs, and their starting quarterback gets COVID, or the team gets COVID, or we got to move the bye week. They already had a bye week 2 weeks ago. Now they get another bye week to preserve themselves. Like, it's gonna be terrible. So you got to enjoy it every week you can.
Somebody might get this guy over here in a very strange way.
Yeah, like I might just come back and just take it. Physically break into his house, take it.
So I think that's
ski mask.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not good. He had Hill for one last week with 16 so far. So I'm sure he'll start breeding next week.
Yeah, that move should be going in tomorrow?
What's that?
When's that move effective? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Cool. So we'll see how that turns out. I mean, Mike's got a lot of points on his team. Just everywhere. So he's looking good.
Listen, he's had one of the healthier teams. I joked with him last time on the podcast when I called his team Healthy Snacks because he has a lot of health, which a lot of people in this league don't have. He The problem I think sometimes too, when you have so many options, is it's so much harder, I think, to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's probably like an obvious statement, right?
It's like a good problem to have almost, but still a problem.
Oh, it's very so a problem.
Yeah.
You know when people never played fantasy football before and they go off and it's like, oh, it's just beginner's luck. And they tell you like, well, you know too much. That's the thing. Like, you know too much.
Yeah.
People go off projections and just be like, this person is supposed to do better than this person.
You think Mike got smarter than himself with the Brady on the bench move?
I don't know what he was. I think was he purposely being like, I'm gonna go off anyway. I don't need Brady. Like, what situation was that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I didn't trade you to keep him on the bench, Mike. So if you want to give him back to me,
I felt a trade coming on.
Geez.
I knew that trade was coming back.
I don't know why you felt the need to trade for him and then pick up Fitzpatrick. Why? Because he went 18 for 20 on Thursday 2 weeks ago. Don't play with me. Give me him. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. There's no beef. I love Aaron Rodgers. He's great.
I mean, before he went off today, people were knocking Brady for not doing well, but fantasy-wise, 24.3, 12.6, 29.8, 42.3.
And nothing to Gronk. He is toast.
Well, Gronk might be the tight end there now. I mean, Cameron Brate scored the touchdown. OJ Howard scored a touchdown. He broke his Achilles. Godwin's still probably going to be out because I think they're playing on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I think their next game is a Thursday game. Gronkowski might be the smart play. I mean, well, I'll find out next week when Tito's plays with Gronkowski. So we'll see. Although he probably dropped him already. He's probably on the waiver wire if you look now.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He started loading.
Another thought from Mike. Maybe he was just playing it safe with the Pats game getting moved.
It's possible. And that's the thing. Like, you didn't know like the game was going to get played today.
Yeah, he didn't start Burkhead either, so it's a good chance that which is a smart move also.
You wake up today and there's COVID tests, you're beat. Like, it's unfortunate that we have to go through this year, but that's part of the game, I guess. But
yep.
So,
listen, time to get to what we all waited for. And now the last matchup. We have the 2 billion trillion bajillion dollar team. It's Amazon versus Apple. Apple versus Amazon. Cobra Kai versus the other guy. We have the white man and the brown stand. We have AJ and you.
So yeah.
Confidence ratings. We got bell curves. We got confidence ratings. We got everything just to prove you don't talk shit.
Yeah. Bell end curve, as I said.
Yes, I like that better.
Like that don't know, that's British slang for a penis. So.
I don't know. Listen, it was a crazy game.
Joey, Brady's not on the Pats anymore.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said he was playing it safe. Anyway, carry on.
Whoops.
You wrote me in. You got me.
Yeah, well, that's live, man. That's live.
I know nothing about football. You guys got me.
I mean, I said it, so technically I was wrong too. But got him anyway.
So listen. I think I'll say this: the amount of hype a matchup got for the second highest points versus definitely the lowest points, I thought was a little too much. I thought everybody should have worried about their own matchups this week because literally everyone in the fucking league scored about 110.
Yeah.
And I think if everybody put as much fucking effort into their own matchups as the AJ and Miles matchup, maybe you guys all would have fucking scored a bunch of points like us. Because there's no reason that everyone needs to jump in here and fucking give their fucking comments on my fucking matchup. All right? It's crazy because, like, I know you guys are all, like, ride with me and shit like that. But it's clear that every single one of you would stop in high school to watch a fight between a guy 3 times the size of somebody else.
And we'd all be starting it just like we did now.
Yeah, because that's what it was like.
Absolutely.
All right? This was fucking Little Mac versus Mike Tyson. It was fucking
I had every say in this matchup as well. I felt like, I get, he's using me as, as an example of what he was going to do to you, which he beat me. He beat me. Okay, you beat
He's
me.
beating everybody.
Yeah, you beat me.
He's beating everybody. This win ain't for me. This win for fucking all of us. If I win, it's still too close to call.
Oh yeah, I have clap on lights, so the light turns off.
Oh jeez. Now that you've said that, you better hope the ball don't get in Kelsey's hands again.
Yeah, honestly.
100%.
He's 10 points.
The game is too close to call.
Yeah.
And I think that after this game is done, we move on from it. I thought it was a lot of hype for a game that the matchup was not going to be good enough. I don't remember what matchup we said. I think it was maybe the Mike and Adam matchup that we said on the podcast last week that was like the game of the week. And it got no attention.
I mean, this became game of the week because it got personal, and you already saw him ship me a horse mask, which is still on my couch. I keep it there for inspiration of what I could become if I keep losing. But yeah, I'll shamelessly admit that, paying attention to your matchup was like the one on my phone. Like I'm watching the game, I'm just seeing what you guys are doing. I'm like, oh shit, I think he's got him. It's like, fuck, I don't think. But then when the Eagle game was on, I forgot you had Kittle. So I'm obviously watching the Eagle game because duh. So I'm just rooting for Eagles. I had him in a parlay. The Lions screwed me on that. But so I'm rooting for him. Like, let's go. I checked the phone at like the fourth quarter. I see that Kittle had like 30 or something. I was like, oh my God. Like I totally forgot about that, man. Kittle is easily like, if there's any, I don't want to say any player because maybe Kamara is that player. But if there's any tight end, I guess, which is like a small group of people.
Don't jinx me, you fuck.
He's top 5. Oh my God. What's Chiefs D? They're just picking these guys off. Kittle is at least top 5 players that if you have that person going like last for your team, you're like okay. Like your confidence is good there. Because Kittle catches everything.
San Fran
also has quarterbacks.
No healthy receivers right now too, so that helps.
Yeah, and they went through 2 quarterbacks, like a backup and the backup. And you still found Kittle. Like he's going to be, like he's someone like right now, Travis Kelce. You need him to go off. He's your last resort. That's not like it's not a
but
as solid as Kittle is.
I think it is.
It's not. Yeah. I think
Kittle puts up a lot.
I think having Kelce today and needing these 19 points is completely doable. Okay.
How many times did he put up 18 this year?
No, it's 24.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know the information. Didn't know it prior.
I checked last night. I could be wrong. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm not trying to make a fight. I'm asking an honest question to see what is his confidence of getting 18.
I think it was like 17, 24, 14 or something like that.
Ooh, Giants and Cowboys next week.
Well, that's correct because clearly you looked that up. It was 17, 24, 14.7.
Yeah, I don't know the order. I looked it up yesterday. I mean, why wouldn't I? But I still think that's a matchup where what happened?
All right. We got updates from AJ. Popped his little head out. He checked the weather today. He said if he loses, he squarely blames the shit Eagles. And that's a fair assessment. Because Kittle fucking destroyed him.
Said absolutely. You can't knock 159.9.
I don't listen. He said it best. Winning is winning.
And when you mentioned, I don't know why everyone's commenting on my matchups. Adam mentions we shouldn't comment on your matchups. Then what are you doing with the podcast?
I'm talking about all fucking week with your fucking Snapchat chatters and shit. I'm talking about Ronnie rubbing in his mouth, going, "Oh, look, Jose ain't talking shit now." Listen, I wasn't talking shit the whole time. I wasn't instigating this shit talking fest at all. All right? My guys were Rocky training all fucking week. That's all we were doing.
Eating that meat.
Yo, beating the meat.
Yeah.
All right? Hashtag beat the meat.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Travis Kelce just got a pass or no?
No, they just.
He did just catch one. Yeah. It was short. Though.
All right.
Anyway, back to the matchup itself. Jeez. Some big hitters, obviously. Dak 47.2, Kareem Hunt 19. That's looking good for you down the road with Chubb out. Chark with 29 and Kittle with the big 40.1 after scoring 9 and then being out for 2 weeks. So
he was hurt.
That's pretty good. Yeah. AJ
good you're getting rid of
Wilson got
AJ
him
Green.
24.9. Zeke got him 22. Odell Beckham, remembering that he's an athlete, 38.4. And Thielen with 26. So, I mean, you guys both put up big numbers, you know? And again, it's still, right now, we're down to the wire, so.
That's the way the matchup was going to be, in my opinion.
No way. Russell Wilson should have had more than 24 against the Dolphins.
No. I'm talking about going into tonight.
Oh, okay.
Like, at the end of the day, AJ still projected 156 points or whatever it was. If he gets, I mean, he's close to it now. I'm sure he has like probably 152 or something like that.
Yeah, 151.6.
So if you're going to get to 156 or get close to the 159, like, I don't think you're going to win 159 to 143. Like, it's going to be a close game because I was saying before is that you have Travis Kelce. Like, I'd be confident having Travis Kelce too going into tonight. All right. It's not like you're going against like, I don't know, like Jonnu Smith or something like that. Where like he's either in or he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, I'm trying to. Again, it's hard because I don't have the TV in front of me to see like what's left in the game or anything like that. So
there's 2 minutes left, and the Patriots have the ball. Chiefs are winning 26-10, so they're going to.
What are the final projections right now?
159, obviously, to 151.
So I mean, listen,
which is strange because he has 151.6. He's projected 151.
I don't know. I like to talk. No. You know, listen, if we could stall this out to the end of the game. I like to see who wins on the air. That'd be nice.
I mean, but we could talk about my great my great meme that went unnoticed at like midnight.
Oh, it was great. But listen, I didn't want to talk no shit because I don't want to jinx my fucking team.
Yeah, I'm not in the matchup, so let us do it. Adam, join in too. Send us a meme. I didn't know Ronnie was an AJ supporter. That's huge news to me. I had no idea. Idea.
It's
no
funny.
idea.
It's funny.
It's like, funny. Ronnie, what the fuck?
It's funny because I didn't know. I mean, listen, I felt like Mike was and AJ jarring at each other for the last 4 days over the matchup and the loss and the emails and this and that. And I think like sometimes like Mike going at AJ going back at Mike. AJ maybe was going at too many people and he forgot who the fuck he was playing. And when he does remember, he just like, just insults. But it dawned on me that we had cheering sections once Ronnie came in and was like, yeah, AJ, get it, bro. Let's go. 5-0. We're going to go. Like all of a sudden, like, it was crazy to me. I didn't know that was how it was going to go down.
Breaking news. AJ has conceded defeat and wished you a good game.
Well, I appreciate that.
That came right after you said, let's stall and see how this game goes. He sent that out. So,
well, listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, and I think this is where people get so crazy. At the end of the day, like it's all love. And I told Adam that last time when he beat me, and then Adam just kept trying to like have the last word and send the last gift because he knew how to do gifts again. And he kept sending them out. And I'm like, handshaking on the court. We're loving each other. Like, yo, my man, like a great game. And he's like, no. I want to send one more because I don't think you understand what I'm saying. No, like, it's fine. Like, listen, at the end of the matchup, we move on. We move forward. We keep it moving. I just hope that, we served a little bit of humble pie tonight if we do get the win. And AJ was all week talking about his confidence, and the jabbing with the 4-0 on his team, and I think that he sent something to the house, and I didn't open it because I was confident I was going to have to.
Yep.
So I thought, listen, it was a great matchup. Nobody saw 159 points. I know I talked to Adam earlier, and I'll say it again, but I said last week that like every bad team can put up 155, right, Adam? And he didn't like that comment too much. He still probably doesn't. But that's that. It was Rocky training all week. And in my mind, our team motto this week going into the team was Rocky versus Cocky. And that's why we were doing it. That's why we were doing Rocky training all week. And the other thing, too, is that with the trade, AJ Green, DJ Shark, Joe Burrow, they were like really good members of Cobra Kai. We wish them the best. But I started them on purpose for a send-off. That's why I switched AJ Green and Brandon Ayuk or whatever his name was. Ayukin. That's why I switched him out at the end, to be honest with you. So
yes.
Don't worry.
And you sent DJ Shark off with 30 points. Nicely done.
Yeah, and I'm sure AJ Green will find your team next year at the live draft, as he always does.
So, but yeah, so that was that. Anybody have anything else?
No, we can get into next week matchups. When are the bye weeks, like the official bye weeks? Week 6?
I think they start next week. I think Detroit Lions are on a bye next week.
Sure.
Because I know, week 6 has because Ronnie and Charles play each other week 6, and they're out. Saints have a bye, and Seahawks have a bye. I'm not sure about next week yet. Because we're going to look into the matchups for the next team next week, but based off just standings alone, like next week we have me and Mike. Would be 1 and 3
Brady,
and 3 and 1.
I assume it'll be Brady versus Rodgers.
Yes, I mean, don't tip him off, but Fitzpatrick, man, looked good against the Wilson defense.
Breaking news: I do have power. My power came back on.
Nice.
Oh shit!
I will say that aside from my little hiccup, I think I recorded better in my car than you did in your closet that day.
When the fuck did I record? Me?
Yeah, when you were sitting there like this, and you were frozen with your jaw open.
That was
it's true. Jose, you had a couple times where like your voice was coming through and like the video like would freeze and then like catch up and buffer and go quick a couple times, but did better than whatever the hell Jake was doing that week.
Sitting right here where I was sitting before. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's weird too, but whatever.
Yeah,
it happens.
My Wi-Fi is strong, baby. We're pushing 300 down up here. 300 speed, baby.
Jake, you want to go through next week's matchups?
Yeah, we got me and Mike 3 and 1, 1 and 3. That's not the matchup of the week. We have Loud and Ronnie. We have 2 and 2 and 3 and 1. So right, you won this week, right?
He's still a toss up, but
okay. So I don't want to say the standings wise, but yeah, you and Ronnie, you can feel that hurt that he brings because we all are in agreement that we like Ronnie's team.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's a tough matchup.
Mm-hmm.
We have Charles and Dad. 1 and 3, 1 and 3.
By the way, and this I was talking to AJ yesterday. Shout out to Ronnie because we were talking about Ronnie's team yesterday, and that Ronnie's team. Here's the thing, and here's what we were talking about, and this is I know we. Okay, game looks like the game's over. Is that game?
Yeah, they're in victory formation. So,
what's the final score?
26-10 KC. No, I know you.
No, my team.
159.9 to 151.6.
Close game.
Yeah.
Close game. And I'll send one final Rocky gift when I hang up the phone. The other thing is that here's what we were talking about. That the league, Jake, pay attention. League.
I have stitchings in my mouth and they're like untangling.
Adams touched on this earlier, like in saying in the Snapchat, is that the league is competitive, right? But I'll tell you this: the league from year 1 to year 9, there's way more balance throughout the lineups.
Oh yeah,
like this, totally. It's not every team is can catch a win. Like, I mean, we used this one tonight. Like, nobody predicted it. Even AJ's app predicted 150 was my ceiling, but it was really 159. Like nobody can predict what's going to happen.
True.
Yeah.
So I think that it's crazy because Ronnie's team is good. Ronnie's first 5 years in the league, he was in the Dodge Ship Bowl 3 out of 5 years. And now he's been in the playoffs the last 2 years. Like the league parity, I believe, right? Is that the right word?
Yeah, that works.
Is pretty good. So yeah, go ahead. You can keep going into the matchups, but I think that the league balance is really good. It's super competitive. So you got to really earn these. You got to earn these victories.
Yeah, totally.
Charles and Boppo, 1-3, 1-3, best buds, bald boys. That's a nice matchup for them. We got Brian and Jay, sorry. We have Adam and AJ, who let's make that the game of the week.
I think it's already been declared. I'm sure he'll lick his wounds tonight and start the barrage tomorrow.
Yeah, because we can't put Tom and you.
Yeah, and then hit Amazon Prime for something to send out.
But that's not true, though. But that's not true. That's not true. Okay, because Tom just put up like 168 points, and I put up 159.
Yeah, but it could switch. You guys can come back down to earth, and it could be like
no, we can't.
A tight matchup. But like
I've been saying that I think Tom's team's not playing like an 0-3 or a 1-3 team. I think Tom's team is better right now playing than Jay's team. I think it's better than Charles' team with Eckler out. I think he's better than B Rich's team. Like you're playing a quality team in his lineup there. I don't think it's a walk in the park or a home run or whatever you call it.
Walk in the park.
So
that's everything, boys. That's everything. It was a quiet, smooth podcast. We hit on all the good points.
It's all good. I appreciate the all the support from my cheering section.
Yankees are winning.
Like I said, that win was for everybody in this league. Okay, for somebody as cocky as him, it was Rocky versus cocky. That was the message we sent to our team. All right, we served some humble pie tonight, gentlemen. Everyone have a good night. Hopefully next week we'll have some power. And
I'm thinking it was gonna hit a poll 2 weeks in a row.
Yo, crazy! It was crazy.
South Jersey, man.
Yeah. All right, listen, everyone. So long.
Bye.
See you.